Hello guys, I hope you're all doing very well and that you're having a fine week. I finally got around to playing some Skellige and I can tell you that this list is very fun to play if you manage to pull it off. The only faction that still remains a bit of a downer is Nilfgaard. It might be fun to play as Nilfgaard, but it certainly isn't fun when you play against Nilfgaard, especially when you run a list with many synergistic bronze cards that can be stolen and played against you. But before I'm able to show you how to beat Nilfgaard and how to play around their sneaky tactics, this video is once again sponsored by LG, and they are hosting a weekly Fortnite challenge where you have to place at the top of the leaderboard in order to win a weekly prize, this one being a PC monitor. So we're already at challenge number 2. You have 72 hours to compete in it. You're more than welcome to go ahead and register in the link below. And if you want to see more about that, including the trailer, you can forward to the end of this video. Alright, this list is very fun to play and extremely synergistic. Firstly, we have the leader ability, which is able to split 3 damage randomly between all enemy units, ignoring their armor. You can do this 3 times. I would suggest you try and keep this leader ability until you need it in a round 2 push or a round 3, unless you really need to win round 1, whereas you can make up for the point difference by using a charge or 2. Now, our main goal with this deck is pulling off Fucusya. Fucusya being one of the strongest cards in the game at the moment. So what Fucusya does is, she plays a Skellige unit from your graveyard with a provision cost of 10 or less, giving it doomed. She will then spawn rain on the opposite row of where you placed Fucusya, and she will spawn rain with a duration equal to unused provisions. So let's say you've already committed something like Nilfgaard in round 1. Nilfgaard damaging an enemy with 1 until it is in the red, so essentially a reset card. If you decide to play this round 1 and it remains in your graveyard until around 2 or 3, you can then reuse it with Fucusya. Obviously you will not get any rain because you have already committed a 10 provision card. If on the other hand you decide to go for something smaller, let's say you go for Hafru. So Little Hafru is a 4 provision card, meaning if you play it along with Fucusya, Fucusya will give you 10 minus 4, which is 6 turns of rain on an enemy row. That is equal to 12 points, along with Fucusya being 4, which is 16 points, along with your Little Hafru, which can already be an 8 from the graveyard, which gives you 24 points, and if there's one on the board currently, Little Hafru will actually give you 2 extra points, because how Hafru works is, it increases the card's base power by 2 if it's bonded. Meaning if there is already a Hafru on your board and then you play a Hafru, that Hafru gets 2 extra points. So there's a lot of potential points with this card, and there's a reason why people think it should be nerfed. It's pretty strong. So Hafru is a very nice synergistic card to have. It's definitely one of the ones that Nilfgaard likes to steal. And with the Mushy Truffle we can get another bonded card, which will be another Hafru. Now bonded is quite nice in this deck, and the Mushy Truffle just allows you to get more of that value. It also has Golden Froth on order ability and resilience. So if you are far ahead round 1 and you happen to have played the Mushy Truffle, you can just keep the Golden Froth order ability and use it in a round 2 bleed. It plays for 6 points and it's quite a bit. Keep in mind that Golden Froth is an alchemy card, a 4 provision alchemy card. This is important because one of the cards we have in this deck is Bride of the Sea. Now Bride of the Sea plays an alchemy card from your graveyard with provision cost 4 or less. So if you already have played your Golden Froth, you will be able to play it again with Bride of the Sea. Now this increases the cost by the total duration of rain or storm on your opponent's side. So let's say you want to play a 6 provision alchemy card. That means you're going to have 2 turns of rain on your opponent's side of the board in order to allow her to afford a 6 provision card. The 6 provision card we have is the Giga Scorpion Decoction. So if you play this before Bride of the Sea and you manage to have 2 turns of rain on your opponent's side of the board, then you'll be able to play Decoction. Now, of course, one of the ways to get a lot of rain is through Fucusya, and another way is through Little Hafru. She can damage herself by 2 and then spawn rain for 2 turns on an enemy row, so use her wisely. Alright, and then we have our trusty discard package. Now, we preferably want Coral round 1. She allows us to thin the deck, and she damages units while she does it. So she'll have Zeal, meaning you can use her immediately, and with her order ability she will draw a card, then discard a card. Whenever she discards a card, she'll damage a random enemy unit by 2. Now this is pretty nice because we have a lot of discard cards. Some of them being Berna Bran, which draws 2 cards, then discards 2 cards. You also have a Heme Skald, which does this once. And these all help when it comes to your Sunset Wanderers, because the Sunset Wanderer starts in the leftmost position in your hand at the start of the game, and after every turn it will move once to the side and boost itself by 1. Now when it reaches the end of your hand and you don't pass, it will jump out of your hand and it will draw a card. Now because this can accumulate to be quite a bit of points, you want to keep it in your hand as long as possible, and your discard cards allow for that. Because essentially what they do is they draw cards, meaning the cards go from the right to the left in your hand. So because the Sunset Wanderer moves to the right, if you're able to draw 2 cards, they'll be put in front of the Sunset Wanderer on the right side. I know there's a bit of a mirror effect with the camera, so I might be showing you left and right, but just visualize it in your hand. And you will then be able to play a card on the left of the Sunset Wanderers, meaning it will have another turn or 2 of popping to the right of a card. So yeah, these work very well, and you're able to maneuver the Sunset Wanderers quite a bit. If you end up going blue coin, the Mask of Ouroboros also does that for us. It draws a card, puts it in the right side of your hand, and then discards a card of your choice. It will then spawn 2 crows in your melee row, which is obviously also nice. A bit of points to have. Okay, and then for some tool removal, we have Karathi Heatwave. We also have Morkvarg, as I've shown you by now. Then we have Junode. Now, Junode destroys a damaged enemy unit. So any enemy unit that has a red number is damaged, and Junode will be able to just kill it. This is pretty nice with our Reckless Flurry leader ability, as we'll be able to sort of maneuver around the cards and make sure we get 1 damaged. Alright, then we also have Hayran Kadush. Now, Hayran Kadush gives you a bunch of options. You can, of course, use this as an order ability to heal 2 cards by 2 points. You also can spawn and play a Bear Witcher Adept, a Bear Witcher Mentor, and a Bear Witcher Quartermaster. Now, normally you go for the Bear Witcher, but if you are trying to find a proactive card, you might instead go for the Quartermaster or the Bear Witcher Adept. Alright, and now some of the cards that we actually want to throw away. These are the Tursik Skirmishers. So when you discard this card, it will jump out of your graveyard and into your melee row. So this is pretty nice to have, especially in round 1 when you want to discard a bunch of cards. Then you also have the Morkvarg. Morkvarg, when entering your graveyard, will summon itself to your melee row and it will give itself doomed. So that's another 5 points that will pop out of your graveyard and onto your side of the board. Then we have the Savage Bear. I accidentally just threw one away. Ignore that, there are 2 of these. And the Savage Bear has an extra bleeding if you already have one in the graveyard. So often if you don't have a lot to discard, you can throw a Savage Bear into the graveyard, and then the next one you play will have 2 charges of bleeding, which is pretty nice. It's 8 points for a 4 provision card. Okay, we also have a Gutting Slash. This damages a unit by 4. If there's already 2 red units on your opponent's side of the board, it will damage by 6 instead. We have Maxi to make sure that we have a bit of consistency in our deck. We get to peek at it and decide whether we want to shuffle it or not. This is also a nice proactive card if you have to go round 1. And then we have our alchemy cards. So we have the Giga Scorpion Decoction for 6 provisions. And we also have Madrome for 4 provisions, just in case you didn't actually draw your Mushy Truffle. This will damage a unit by 3, then boost it by 9. So you obviously want to use this on your own unit. You want to make sure the unit is more than 3 points, or else it will die. And if you really want to kill an enemy unit, you can use this on the enemy unit. Make sure the enemy unit is only 3 points or less. Otherwise, you'll end up boosting it. Okay, and that is the deck, folks. I do hope you have some fun with it. Let me just quickly put the bear back. There we go. Like I said, be careful when playing against Nilfgaard. I always thought that you have to win round 1 against Nilfgaard and then go for a long round 3. That's not the case. They will simply outpoint you by playing Fucusya 3 times with their coup de grace with Terra Nova, as well as just stealing it with Yennefer. It's just anarchy. So be careful how you go about doing that. They also end up stealing your half-roos directly from your graveyard with Experiment or Remedy, and they replicate the ones you currently have on the board with some spies. So how I go about it is I still try and win round 1 no matter what it takes, and then I try and bleed Nilfgaard in round 2. Sometimes it goes really well and I end up 2-0ing them instead. But yeah, it's very important to bleed Nilfgaard. Bleed them for everything they have, because in a long round they will destroy you. I'm now going to show you 3 games. One of them I did play against Nilfgaard, if you want to look at that one specifically. I'll see you guys again at a later point, and I hope you have a great week. So now that I'm done, I don't have an excuse anymore. I just need to edit it, and it's essentially done. And then I need to do the admin of getting it published and processed and edited. But it can be done. The quicker the better. Okay, so we've got Sunset Wanderer. We've got... Oh, we're facing Arahasu, and we don't need Morkvark, that's for sure. We are on blue coin. Yeah, so we'd like Carl, preferably. We do not get Carl. So this deck definitely lacks proactivity, that's for sure. You want to take this on red coin.
Oh, how wonderful.
We were in the same faculty, so I'd love to give it a read. Oh yeah? Is that the law faculty you're talking of? When am I going to make Skellige content again on YouTube? That's the goal. If I can find a deck that I like, I will make a YouTube video within the next few days. Okay, we're playing Lesser Witch. Interesting. Okay, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can play Burna Bran. Okay, so we're gonna have to throw away a Savage Bear and a Tier 6 Skirmisher.
Not get in the way of my axe.
And we can try it again. Okay, we'll throw away the Gutting Slash. I guess the goal is to thin the deck anyway, right? It's too thin, even if we don't get Carl. Yes, Law? Alright, alright. I think you've mentioned that before, Black Dog. I think once in the stream you've mentioned it. It's pretty cool. Savage Bear will now get an extra one, of course, because we already have one in the graveyard. So I think we could go with that. I'd really like to try Heimei, though. But what do I throw away at this point? Probably something like Giga Scorpion Decoction in exchange for Bride of the Sea. Let's first do this. Full provision card playing for 8 points, not too shabby. Is there an obvious meta this season? No. No. Lionheart's PC is fine now, actually. You'll see him streaming a lot more in the next few days. He finally got it back. Hey, lol killer.
Since you were gonna do your master's, are you planning to do your PhD afterwards so that people have to call you Dr. TheaBeasty?
Now it came in. Awesome. You know that is a big if. I think I first have to do a master's, because dedicating 4 years of your life to do a PhD is much. Have you made up your mind which field of psychology you want to pursue for your master's? Clinical psychology? No. So I really want to go into, it's difficult. I actually have to do some research before I apply. Because there's a lot of research that needs to be done. But essentially, it's not going to be anything that consists of actual therapy with people. Because that's not where my interest lies, I'd say. I think I would likely go into a laboratory setting. So I'm considering going into neuropsychology or neuroscience. Some people have a different word for it. But I guess with my psychology degree, it would be neuropsychology. But I really still have to do some research before I can figure that out. I might go into a research master's, but I don't know if I want to go into a research master's yet. But yeah, if I did a doctorate, I'd be called Dr. TheaBeasty, I guess. As long as the BIF does not become a big oof, you're fine. Are we prepared for Sunset Wanderers to jump out? We probably are. Take your time, yeah. I think with the Masters, I will be more sure of what I need to do. Luckily, there are some places abroad, like in Amsterdam. This is the perfect place to pass, is it not? I feel like we have to pass here. Like, where you can still apply up until April of next year. So, I have a lot of time to still make sure. But a lot of the places, deadlines close like 3 to 4 December. Which is like a day before Masters. Or, well, it's the actual Masters. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Okay, we've got Hafru, we've got... Did he end up passing? 3, 4, 5... No, he didn't. My attention is everywhere these days. All over the show. Move an enemy unit to the other row. Damage it by the number of units on that row. It depends on what enemy I'm moving, right? He'll have a lot of units, that's for sure. Does he end up passing? That's the question. Oof. Probably not. Any studying tips? Get a hobby, man. Get a hobby. I'm not saying start streaming Gwent, but you need something that gives you freedom to be creative. Something that allows you to connect with people. Socialize. You know, it's very important. You need that. So I don't yet have a full provision alchemy card in the graveyard. I guess we want to go with the Hafru. We want to go with the Hafru. And 1 Reckless Flurry, click. Slappy lekker. As an Afrikaner. Afrikaner. Corden, thanks for the follow. Can you speak and understand Dutch? I can understand Dutch, yes. If I ever had to study there, I would learn Dutch within a few months. It's very similar to Afrikaans. I would make it my goal to learn how to speak Dutch real quick. That's for sure. I think we're doing good. Get hobby, man. Yes. You're busy with a PhD, don't do it, it's a trap. See, I've heard these things being said to me. I'm well aware. strange heatwave. Yeah, he heatwaved my card, didn't he? He's probably trying to bleed out my very strong cards. 3 years in and I hate myself. What is your PhD about, if I might ask? Yeah, the thing is, I will be doing a PhD abroad, so it's more important for me to find a country I like, because chances are I am immigrating, so that's what the Masters is about, finding a country that looks nice, and living there for a year, and seeing what there is to experience, how the people are, and if things just work out nicely, I'll just end up doing a PhD there at some point, and probably going away forever and ever and ever. I could Morgvark this, I guess. I won't find better value. I don't really have to commit much. Hey, fold mode. Socioeconomic rights, my gosh. And in what country are you doing that, Black Dog? Are you doing it in South Africa? And thanks for the follow, Elfword. Okay. Kablamo. Whoosh. Kablamo. Easy peasy. Okay, and we just junoed the Glassty. That's all we need to do. You're still in essay. Alright, so it's an interesting topic you've chosen, right? So sure, it's economic though, it's not too political, I guess. A postdoc overseas, hell yes. Good.
So it don't matter. Sounds like something a midget would say.
We win! Who's in the chat right now? Very late US viewers or EU folk who don't go to schoolwork? And me, who's a student, who should be doing a big assignment right now. Well, exam prep. I'm done with my assignments. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is good. This is a Skellige for us. Definitely a Skellige. We can start off with this and go into a... Hey Fulan, how are you doing? Good morning to you as well. Is that your emote? That's adorable. Cute. How dare he do that? I should probably play Fucusya, but I don't want to yet. Let's do this. Whee! And Sierra, thanks for the follow. And hey, El Shapesh. Did Corden say Skellige? I think he did. I might be lurking, but I'm watching you chat. There you go, there you go. I mean, yeah, this is definitely a very easy win. We definitely just take this, right? And... oh, we can replay Bride of the Sea! That's amazing! Hey, Kritzy!
Hi Thea, I think it's a bit too early for Gwent's smiley face.
No. How dare you? Let's go with Carl. And Fulan. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate
Never too
it.
early smiley face.
Never too early. That's what I want to hear. See, Fulan knows what's up. How are you guys doing? And Kritzy, 6 months. You have a black pelt now. Fulan at 9 months should have a silver pelt, I think. It's a bit early for the pass, my friend. I could have had a really bad card. Ah, mirror match, good.
You've got the heart of an uncrate.
Did I ever study sociology? I did not. Okay. The tourists make sure it's never too peaceful here though, not in a nice way. Oh gosh, I can see that being the case. Still blood fanatic. That's an interesting way to start off. He doesn't have coral either.
It's not getting in the way of my axe.
Your magic can't harm me. No magic can.
Okay, I'd say this is a pretty horrible hand. Let's reshuffle perhaps. What do I not want? There he got Carl. Lucky.
I suppose.
Okay. Perhaps we go with Haymace Scald and get out. Ah, I keep forgetting Haymace Scald is now range locked. Okay, get rid of the Terrific Skirmisher. I want to say we pass here. I can't really see the downside of not having round control. Oh. Can I get ahead in 3 points? I don't think I can. I'm gonna pass anyway. I've no clue how this game works, but I really like watching. It's so calming. Hey, I'm glad if it's calming. My hair is just frizzing all over the show today. I don't know why. It's normally when there's rain in the air. No. Give me Carl. Yes. Okay, Carl. Okay, I don't yet have anything I want to actually throw away. Unless we go with something like Giga Scorpion for Brother the Sea later.
Who's next? Any of you's got the courage?
I mean, I don't trust this even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I think he likely has something like Melusine. He has to have something like Melusine. If, how do we end up getting rid of this? Gonna have to heat wave it. Bernabran, okay.
So be it.
Nothing like some overseas plunder and spring.
Should we consider going for the mushy truffle now? It's gonna carry over into the next round, which is good. I think we do. We go for the mushy truffle, play a little Hafru.
Oh, how wonderful. You speak our tongue.
There we go. Okay, I'm very happy with this. I think the last card we play is another little Hafru. We get another little Hafru out. Or do we wait? It would give us an 8-point Hafru with our one card. Or we go with Giga Scorpion so we have a better target for Bride of the Sea. Okay. I like that move more. Leader Giga Scorp. We don't even have to leader, we just Giga Scorp. Now we have a long hair expert on Discord to ask for advice. Yes, that's very true. Okay, so I have an extra 6 points going into the round, which is amazing. Oh, and I'm drawing all my cards. Okay. We're still missing Fucusya, which is really not good. That's better. Okay, awesome. And what are we missing? Probably Morkvarg. I think we probably keep what we have. Alrighty. Do we start off with Carl? No, we do not do that. I think we start off with Little Hafru. Yes.
A beautiful pair of legs here.
Oh, you thought for the leader. For the defender. Okay, I hear you. But I heat waved it. I had to heat wave it, sir. I had to. I didn't want him to fray out or something after playing Melusine. Okay, let's see. I probably want to start off by playing Carl, yes? Or do we wait for this little skirmisher to come out? It's too early for Fucusya, that's for sure. Do we want to play Bride of the Sea? No, it's not good enough. Let's go with Carl.
I can do a great deal more for you.
Let's not get in the way of my axe.
Makes sense. Okay. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think so. Artis. Play a 4 provision cultist from your deck. Another Svarblood fanatic? Okay. Is it just me or does Artis need to go though? I think he needs to go.
Free me. Lift me to the sky.
I don't like his face. You're on early. Hey, Syrian. Yeah, I decided it's a good time for an early stream. So here we are. Poor Artis. No, he does not need our sympathy. Sucrus. Oh, interesting. So we need to kill Sucrus, yes? I guess. What is he playing? Is he playing Arnachad? I think he might be playing Arnachad.
We shall do it my way.
Honestly, I'd rather go with Gutting Slash if anything. To kill him. Real quick. But then I'd have to... Do we want to get rid of Little Halfru or do we want to get rid of the Bear Witcher? Oh, hell yeah. Not shabby. Do I take a chance with Reckless Flurry real quick? Oh no. One more time. Okay, we did it, we did it. There we go. Easy. Carl smurfing. Ugly people? No, I think his face is it's just not my type, you see. I wouldn't call it ugly. Okay, and I guess it's time for another little Hafru.
Best drown yourself with those damn.
And then we need to get Fucusya. Hey, Junode, welcome. Welcome. So 1 leader ping onto Arnachad, Junode, that should do it. What did you do for Carl for her to do that? She just did it randomly. Fucusya.
Your decision is my beloved. Sacrifices for Melusine, one and all.
Alright. It's time for Fucusya, baby.
Sacrifices must be made on both sides. I fish breath? How dare you, foul swine?
I think we take this one. I think we take it. I just don't think we'll find value with Morkvarg, which is unfortunate.
Double the coin and consider it.
I could have gone for the Bear Witcher Mentor, but I don't want to because he could have Morkvarg as well as Heatwave. He shouldn't, but he could.
Your body is stronger than your steel.
Pass? I can't pass.
No prisoners! Lead them to the sea!
Easy. Yes. Oh, I still have my mushy truffle left. I didn't even notice.
So it don't matter. Sounds like something a midget would say. Well, as long as you're sinking, might as well walk on the bottom.
Woo! 041. Oh no! No, don't forfeit. Come on, come on. Do it the honorable way. Pass and GG and move on. Okay. Well, I mean, we won in a mirror match. I'll take this one, I guess. Not a Chad, no. Not a Chad. He played a Chad, but alas, he is not. The shame. Okay, well, I think we're back to square one then with MMR. Assimilate, okay. I guess we test it now, right? We bleed him with everything we have and go with Fucusya into a short round. And thanks for the follow, Triplesso. Okay, so we are on blue coin. Yes. Okay, and we'll start off with... The thing is, he's gonna steal my halfers. He's gonna steal it. I guess I go with Maxi first.
You can hide.
No, I don't like this hand. I think for now I'm gonna put the Mudroom at the bottom. Try the short round. Yeah, I'm gonna try the short round. Let's see if that works. Any updates with the book? I am going to try and finish it within January and December, and then I'm going to send it in to a publisher and get them started on actually putting it together. That's the goal. Alright, now we can go with Carl.
That might even be amusing.
For now we can throw away the skirmisher. And another skirmisher. Okay. I bought an inverter for load shedding. I have a UPS, a huge UPS, but it broke. The batteries gave in, so I'm now waiting for its return. What is the book about? It is about children getting abducted. Waking up on another planet, essentially. Can't really say more yet. It's a young adult science fiction.
I bring death, quite literally.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
Listen well. Alright. I guess we have to start playing Hafrus. Hafru now and Hafru with mushy truffle. I want a Netflix series of the book. Hey, I would give an arm and a leg to have a Netflix series. Mushy truffle. Ooh, it's the illusionist again.
Before the Empire I endure.
Wonderful. He's freed our town.
Hey, Minetti. But yeah, if it's done, you'll know it's done. Because I'll be talking about it non-stop. But I told myself I can't talk about it all the time if it's not done. We did that for 6 years now. We have to actually finish it before we can talk about it. Golden Froth. Ooh, someone wants to win on even. Not a fan of that happening.
A beautiful pair of legs, please.
I'm gonna do this because I can. Oh, he has Sunset Wanderer. Maybe he'll pass soon.
I suppose. And the end.
I don't like this. I'm gonna lose on even if this continues.
Double the coin and consider it done.
Are you gonna play your Sunset Wanderer?
And if I insert a needle here, what then?
Season 2 looks promising. Yeah, I think Season 2 looks excellent. I'm really, really excited for this next season of The Witcher. But yeah, I haven't read the books purposely at this point because I'm afraid the books might spoil it all, because I can also see why it isn't on par with the books. It doesn't follow the exact lore, all of that. So I rather experience it through the series and the games, and at some point I will read the books. So you guys said we had to go into a short round with him. And not a long round, is what you said. The books will make me hate the show, see, so I don't know if I should read it.
Best drown yourself with those damn nets.
Hey, Gula Tiger. How are you doing?
I'd lend you a hand, but then I'd have none.
So we're trying out bleeding them this time. 'Cause it seems that we don't win in a long round. I don't know how I feel about this so far.
Need a hand? Just chop one off.
Why don't train on the cone? I
I'm doing well, Gula Tiger. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Furkart, okay.
You wanted a coup? You got one. I'll leave you in two.
Size don't matter. Sounds like something a midget would say. Well, as long as you're sinking, might as well walk on the bottom.
I'm considering going for the 2-0, but I don't know if that's the way to do it. Because we can get Morkvarg out with Fucusya and target Furkart. Why do I put all in the same row? I'm essentially putting them next to Hiron Kadush instead, in case one gets damaged. Because if he steals Fucusya, he's going to put Rain on the row anyway. The Bearwitcher Quartermaster spawned the student and he played Joachim, so it's not me playing all of them on the same row. Maybe he didn't draw all of his cards?
What is it?
I'm seriously curious to see what's gonna happen. Because he's running out of time to even use his leader ability, which is saying something.
Her grace will not be pleased.
If he uses his leader, I'm out. Oh no.
Hard.
Screw it.
Sacrifices must be made on both sides.
No rain. You need 25 points, sir. Do you have it? Oh gosh.
Just a peek. That is all I need.
You ought to see the other beast.
You gotta be quick. You gotta dodge. You gotta have the...
It's gonna be Terranova, isn't it? Lydia, her...
How is it done?
Yes! We did it! Hey, hell yeah, we figured it out, guys. Bleed Nilfgaard round 2 and maybe 2-0. Congratulations for making it until the end of another YouTube video. And now it's time for LG's Fortnite Challenge number 2. In this week's Spot of Triumph challenge, you will be required to get as many eliminations in a single match in order to win the weekly prize of a computer gaming monitor. The challenge will start from November the 11th and last for 72 hours, ending on November the 13th. You can enter now in the description by clicking on the link provided below. Good luck, and may the odds ever be in your favor.